This week's episode of Kickin' It is brought to you by the LeBron 9 Big Bang. Came out in 2011. Everybody's very familiar with this shoe. You guys know what this kind of design caused. It was complete mayhem. We'll run through real quick. You got the LeBron logo on the tongue. The super cool glow in the dark sole. Got the 3M swoosh. Got hit to the 3M here. Orange laces. The inside is a whole galaxy print. Amazing shoe. Pretty comfortable. In small sizes, I didn't really find it to be that comfortable. But just what more can you say about it? It's bright, it's colorful. It's a dope colorway. Can't go wrong with it. Everybody that has it, I'm sure, it's pretty dope. So this is the LeBron 9 Big Bang. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to another episode of Kickin' It. Kick 718.
Sneaky Steve 09.
In the building, we back with another one. Everybody, we doing this real big. We picking sides. Nike Air or the Jumpman logo? What side you got? Sneaky Steve.
That is tough. I'll tell you, that's a tough one.
Alright.
I think the Nike Air is a really good look on Jordan.
Okay.
I'll tell you that much. Just on the 3s and I think on the 4s, it looks just amazing. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they did the Nike 3 Retro, the 88s with Nike Air, man. That was crazy. And I think I'm hearing that they might do the blacksmiths.
Yeah.
The Nike Air. What about you? What's
I particularly, I love the Nike Air. Fuck the Jumpman logo. No, I'm just playing. Jumpman, the Jumpman is cool, but it's nothing like having a Nike Air, man. And with that particular thing, it's the memories. It's being in '88 and seeing that black cement with that Nike Air. It's huge. It's brilliant advertising from Nike to do that. It was a big risk, but I mean, man, when you see the Nike Air on a 4, on the 3, I mean, you're just like,
even on a 5,
so it's official. And a 6. But what's interesting is now that time has passed and we have so many Air models, can the Nike Air fit certain shoes after 14?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Not even if they shrunk it down a little bit?
No. You know why? Because I think after the certain number, like you said, after the 9, or maybe even maybe even after the 6, I think the 7s never had a Nike Air, did they?
No, they had the 23 on the back, and the 9 for the Olympics, but that's it.
So I think after when he did the 6, and that was the only one that had, the last one that had the Nike Air.
Okay.
I don't think any of those other models with the Nike Air fit. Maybe because we were so used to it,
Right.
just seeing them like the way they were, and I just don't, because those first 6 are classic models.
Right.
Let's say that, and then when the 3 dropped, it completely changed the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was the first time they put the Jumpman logo, but they had the Nike Air on the back. Those models fit Nike Air so perfect, and everybody loves it. I mean, when you're talking about sneakers, everybody wants Nike Air on the
Sure.
back.
Does it make the shoe more authentic for it to say Nike Air on the back than the Jumpman, or do you think it?
Me personally, is more nostalgia.
Of course.
It's just to see because being that we grew up in that time, we saw those sneakers come out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, at that being young, couldn't afford it. My parents wouldn't even buy those shoes.
Nah, of course
You
not.
know what I'm saying? And that was expensive at that time. We're talking about what, $90, maybe
$100, American dollars.
American dollars, and now you can't even. Now they're like 180.
Yeah, 200.
Yeah, right.
200 for the Nike Air on the back.
Yeah. So, but for me, it would be more of a nostalgia, and how about yourself?
Man, I think that certain shoes after like the 14. I even think the 14 might have looked different with the Nike Air in the back. You know how I had the big 23? I would have liked to see certain shoes maybe have the Nike Air. I can't say for all, right? Some models, just they didn't look good. But I mean, in that sense, I think Nike evolved. Jordan brand evolved. I mean, obviously taking Nike's name out of the shoe and putting your own logo, solidifies. Hey, this is my fucking sneaker. It ain't yours, But it would have been nice to see different shoes, different attempts at it, Some of them probably would have not worked, and some of them probably would have,
So let me ask you this: how do you think MJ feels that people rather have the Nike Air on his shoes than his own logo?
He probably feels salty about it, but at 5% a year, he probably doesn't give two shits. He probably doesn't, man. I mean, because if he doesn't get you with the Jumpman on the back of the sneaker, the article of clothing you have, whatever else you have, it's that logo. He's still winning, but he probably doesn't care.
Right.
I think that's just my opinion. Don't hold me to it,
Yeah, that sounds about right. Do you think Nike will ever do a Nike Air pack? Well, not a pack, but just release like the 3s, the 4s, the 5s, the 6s, all with the Nike Air on the back?
I think they might mess around and do something like that. I mean, I'm not predicting anything. I'm just saying, as a fan of that shoe, of those models and the Nike Air, something about it makes it look great. So I think it's doable, man. I mean, if they retro all these other shoes, they do the 88 3s, why not try it? See how it goes. How do you think it'll be perceived once it drops? Do you think it'll be hysteria?
Oh, hell
yeah.
That's guaranteed, because you're gonna have all these hypebeasts go crazy, and they're gonna try to be like, oh, OG status style, you know what I mean? And it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's a retro of a classic that the hype is gonna be crazy, and you're gonna have people that's gonna buy them and then try to sell them for like an insane amount of money.
Absolutely. That's only part of the game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it'll be hysteria. I'll tell you that much. It will be hysteria. Like the only thing, I remember now, the 11s had the Nike Air, but it was on the inside of the sole.
Right.
That was the only spot. I don't think there's a difference.
Not at all.
I don't care. If Nike ever did that, I think that would be, it would be epic, but it would that would be pandemonium.
Yeah.
Right there, I'm telling you. Crazy. So, yeah, man. So you think people will go more towards the Jumpman?
No. If people had it their way, and if Jordan allows you to put a Nike Air on the back of the Jordan, I think people would try to do it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because it's a like a fashion statement. It's like a cool factor when you look down at somebody's shoes and the shoe says Air Jordan and it says Nike Air on it.
Yeah.
People would definitely want that to happen. I mean, it'd be a good touch, for whatever shoe you want to put it on. But
all right, here's one for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they came out a couple years ago with the Boston pack.
Right.
It was a pair of ones. When MJ dropped 60 something on
63 some shit.
Yeah, 63 on Boston.
Mm-hmm.
So they had the two sneakers. And one was the red one, and then it was like a Boston colorway. The other one.
Right.
On the tongue, it had the Jumpman logo. Jumpman and
Right.
Just this past weekend, they dropped the red ones again, but this time they had the Nike Air on it. Now, does that take away from the pack shoe, or does it make the recently released one better because it has
It depends. See, that's a great question. It depends on the person buying it. If you like that type of detail where your shit has to say Nike Air on it, then I think it's a good look, But does it take away from the actual shoe? I don't necessarily think. I don't think it takes away from the shoe, because that shoe's been retroed so many times. That in itself probably takes away from it. You overflood. You got too many ones. So I think if you're more a person of detail that really want that little subtlety, and just looked at it and it says Nike Air and you flip out, then I think it's okay.
Alright, so then here's another one for you. Recently, a while back, we're dropping a lot of the ones.
Okay.
And then the biggest one was the Chicago ones.
The bread ones.
No, the other ones, the original
white
bread
ones.
ones.
Right.
Those joints. Everybody was going crazy. Those sold out fast or whatever. But those had the Jumpman logo on it.
Right.
And then after that, they released the black toes that had the Nike Air. If you, they had the mellow ones that had the Nike Air. And then you had, the breads that just came out last week had the Nike Air on it. Why do you think they didn't put the Nike Air on the Chicago one? Because it's such an iconic shoe. I mean, that was his first shoe.
I think they do it to mess with people. I honestly think they do it to mess with people. They know, and I'm sure that they sitting in their offices watching maybe this video right now by the time it gets uploaded, and they're saying, you know what, we do it just to fuck with everybody. Because, I mean, think about it. It's like that one thing you really want so bad and you can't get it, and then you finally get it, but it's not the same color or it's changed up a little bit. It takes away from you.
Yeah, I was so disappointed when I saw they did that. Because I mean, I was happy because when that shoe first dropped, I was really excited because I really like that model.
Right.
And then, when they had the Jumpman logo on it, I was like, that's fine, whatever. The main thing is to have the shoe.
Sure.
But then when they started dropping the other ones, and they had Nike Air, I was just like, yo, why wouldn't you do it on the Chicago ones, which is such an iconic shoe? And you're just gonna throw the Jumpman logo, and then all the other ones you're gonna put Nike Air on.
Well, that's been great for a minute.
Yeah.
We could go back almost to the beginning of Kicking It, and I remember Sneaky Steve saying, "Yo, we should do a video. I touch on that subject because I don't like that shit." Because you take away from what it means to him, the individual, not particularly the shoe or the history or anything, because that stuff is already written in stone. But give the people more of what they want. Stop doing what you think looks dope. I mean, yeah, touches like that could work, but we're gonna buy it based off of memories. You love this stuff, if you think it's amazing, you add that little detail, it's gonna make us go out there and want to have that. And then spend a couple of more if we have to, right?
Yeah, but the other thing too is stay consistent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're gonna do the Jumpman logo, then put it on all the other ones. Why? Do it on that one, and then for the next couple of ones, you're gonna put the Nike Air on.
Let me ask you this: how much involvement you think MJ has with that particular process? You think he's telling them, "Hey, switch that up a little bit," or what?
I don't think so.
No,
And like you said, I don't think he really cares.
Not with 5%.
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, he's just like whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're not redesigning any more shoes for him anymore.
Right.
So I don't think he has the insight like he used to. Like when they would come out a shoe that he was gonna wear, obviously he would put his input in it. But I think now he's just like, whatever, I just, get back. He just gets his shit. He'll get his limited edition shoes, and he just, he goes on his business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he really cares anymore. I mean, he's not playing basketball anymore in the NBA, so he could be like, oh, I want Nike Air on this. And to be honest with you, I don't really think he likes Nike that much.
No, probably. I mean,
because when they had his shoes with the Nike Air, then we had Jordan Brand. He retro them, but he took out the Nike Air and put the Jumpman logos.
And even so much that retro '88 on the bottom, if anybody's familiar with it, had Jordan on it. He couldn't stand. I mean, he is the greatest of all time, and his ego is probably the biggest of all time. So he definitely probably didn't appreciate that. I think that they reached some type of agreement to actually let that happen.
Yeah, I think so too. He's very competitive and everything, but like you said, he's got an ego, so he always wants. My opinion, he wants to always be above Nike.
Big dog, yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. So that'll wrap up this episode of Kicking It. Let us know your thoughts. Write out in the comments below. We always appreciate the feedback. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and IG. And stay tuned for the new next episode. Alright? I'm Steve09.
Kick 718.
We out of here.
Peace.